I would like to take the opportunity to say a couple of sentences about tempo in relation to a piece that is obviously more rhythmical. What is actually tempo rubato, and what is its purpose? I mean, the word we know means stolen time. Mm-hmm. So, in a society that accepts certain morals, what you steal, at some point you have to give back. This is important to remember because very often the rubato, especially in 19th century music, is done over too short a span of time. Mm-hmm. An ideal rubato is one in which you have the metronome going, and you are absolutely with the metronome, and when you start going rubato, let us say for 4 bars, for these 4 bars you are out of sync with the metronome. But on the 5th bar, you are miraculously back again where it is. This is the ideal moral definition of tempo rubato. It's not always possible to do, but this is, I think, something worth remembering. The art of the rubato is to find not only whether to go a little bit slower or to go a little bit faster, but to know over what amount of time to do that. Number one. Number two, tempo rubato means it's not completely in sync with the objective time. Yeah. Why is it that when you say to somebody, why don't you play this a little more rubato, the first thing they will do is play slower. If it's out of sync with the tempo, it should also be possible in the other direction. And the art of stealing time to go faster is in some ways more difficult than the art of stealing time by getting slower. But what is the role, and is there a role for a flexibility of tempo, even in its most imperceptible way, in a movement that is as rhythmical as this? There's obviously not a question of the possibility of rubato there. Yeah. We agree about that. Now, the end, the coda of the piece brings, as we just heard you yourself to it, a completely new element. And obviously, if you were to take the whole coda of the movement and even slightly modify its speed, you would break the structure, you would break the unity. But if you can master the art of doing this imperceptibly and always give back where you're coming, you might get the possibility of something very imaginative and very original, which has not been there in the movement. In other words, in the movement, and I'm not telling you this is the only way to do it, I'm only just mentioning to you a possibility of maybe one extra means of expression. You know, you have nothing, right? Now, almost like in a question mark, slightly under tempo, slightly under tempo. And immediately the question is, by God, the structure will go. But you have to stay then. And reality is still there. Aha. Aha. No. I use this as an example to show you that you can make slight rubato without losing the organic sense, provided you do that over a certain amount of time. Now, if I would not come back, it would break the line.
Yes.
It's too long.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know? And this is really what tempo rubato is, isn't it? You are in a situation which you find interesting or pleasurable, and 2 minutes, 2 hours seem like 2 minutes. You're in a situation which is boring or uncomfortable, and 2 minutes seem 2 hours. Mm-hmm. This is the subjective understanding, but the clock is still showing you the 2 minutes or the 2 hours. Sound, if you learn how to see all its implications, allows you not only to have a subjective feeling of slower or longer, but also of manipulating that in the best sense of the word. That if you give back, and then you get a feeling of the strictness, which is paradoxically only expressed through the freedom that you have used to express it. This is in one simple word.